everybody, welcome to From One Side to the Other. Yeah, Tara and Sean made it first. See, I told you he'd be fine.
Hello, Tara. Hello, Johnson.
Totally, this is the exact same Mexican that we've had for weeks on end.
Yeah, last week,
People were worried about you because you were missing.
and we told him we left you out tied to a chair in the desert, and I would go get you, which was totally a lie. We would never have left you
He wasn't
tied
missing.
to a chair in the desert.
He wasn't.
I've
missing.
never met these people before. I was at Home Depot looking for work, and they just brought me here.
He wasn't missing. We
He-
just gave him some outside time.
He's such a kidder. Get the hammer. Anyway, tonight we're going to be doing hot sauces because my mother, for Christmas, sent me this huge box of all these weird little samplers of hot sauces that I've never heard of outside of these little sample boxes. So we all picked two, and we're going to endure them because these are a little sample powder. They can't be that bad, right?
We have had some of these before.
I think we have, but either way, we're going to knock that out of the park first off the bat. And then we're going to be talking about some cursed productions. But I cannot get these.
Like the Wizard of Oz.
And
Yes, actually.
the Wizard
You'll
of Oz,
remember
yes.
we were going to do this last week, but somebody didn't want to miss out on it. I never figured you for like a big movie guy.
Man, I have a bigger collection than you guys do.
I have seen your room. You do, actually.
Okay.
I've easily, not just excluding the anime. I've easily dropped a good 1,000 just on the movies.
Well,
See, that's the thing.
Sounds like me with music.
If I had the money, I could easily do that too.
I don't want to tell you guys how much money I've spent on music in the last year and a half.
well, now hold on. That's kind of an investment in your channel and stuff like that, though.
It's a problem, but I can stop whenever I want.
Mine's a collection. Anime alone, easily 2,000.
Yeah, Tar, we tried your salsa week before we tried it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is there any left over with that, or is that?
Oh yeah, we got some. We got stuff left.
See, I was actually wanting to make...
Hi, Mr. Bishop. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Dad. I was actually wanting to make homemade hamburgers, but this week's kind of
Yeah, things
weird.
It's almost like a cursed production about the cursed productions. I cannot get these bloody things open. Would
Here,
you, lovable minions, help me out here? Get these unwrapped so that we can.
Excuse me, my CR rating is way above 1/2. Thank you.
So what are you, a goon?
I've been taken against my will, so.
You have not.
That is a lie. Stop saying that. This guy's such a kid. We love you. Get the hammer.
Shut him up.
But I'm
Okay.
not really scared of these. But at the same time,
Alright. If you can't...
it's like these are going to be somewhere in this group is going to be something that's going to humble us, I feel.
And I have sort of decent... Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
these
one
are-
open. Oh,
Kobold.
Scraps just
Got a knife.
busting out the knives. Alrighty, so
Alright.
what do we want to try out first?
So we've each
Give me the rest of this.
Yeah, we should open them all. So we've each picked two. This is the Egyptian Scarab Fire Sauce. Who picked this one?
I did. I picked that one.
I have the Mexican style hot sauce, I believe.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Jesus, you picked this one out?
Of course, the Mexican picked up the Hispanic ones. What are you trying to imply, Bear?
Do you really want to be that disappointed?
Yeah. This whole week's been a disappointment, anyways. What's
Ain't that the
the?
truth?
Yeah, this whole week's not been the greatest.
Come on, guys. Would you be a little positive?
No.
No,
Sons
you're
of...
talking to the wrong group of people.
Oh my gosh, they have an easy open tab on them.
I don't feel like being ionized.
They literally have an easy open tab on them. It's hard to see though.
Son of a... Okay, fine. Well, we have them all
Make
unwrapped.
sure you screw that on tight before you shake it.
Yeah. We don't need a repeat. Love you too, Ma. All right. So I'm holding this one in my hands. This is...
Hello, Connie. Hello, Dad. Hello, Tina. Hello, Tara. Hello, Sean.
Okay. Let's do that first because he's absolutely not a hostage. We'll do one of Jesus's first.
So we all just come hop over on the couch.
Yeah. Joseph, Bishop, you wanna jump over here?
I think Cobalt's Corner should get in the floor first so I can kick him in the back again.
I'm going to be off camera today. I'm not feeling the best, so I'm just kind of
Okay.
here.
That's fair.
I'm the voice in the mists.
That's fair.
Don't you live in a coal mine?
Don't you live in a coal mine? I'll give you black lung.
He kicks the crap out of Krampus one time, and suddenly he's the king of the universe.
Can you stop it for me? You're closer.
Tara says that she can test positive that yes, this week's... Would you knock that off?
One of my captors told me to do something, I did it.
What? What?
What are you talking about?
You know, sometimes...
Someone's gonna call somebody on us eventually.
That's gonna be hilarious. But
No, it's not, because we're gonna hand you over to them. Alright, this first one is Mexican style. Hold on, we're gonna take a sniff of it. Oh, dear heavens.
Does it smell like vinegar?
$5 all of these smell like vinegar.
So, Mexican style hot sauce. This is one of Jesus's. Whoa. No, it smells like smoky campfire.
You know, I think I had a candle called that once.
And you get the heel.
I got chips. Oh, you guys got bread.
This is some thick bread.
That's what
You
she
get
said.
the heel.
That is what she
No,
said.
you have the heel. I don't like the heel.
You are the heel.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell that good.
It just smells like campfire. It's just very smoky.
Alright. This bread is cold, by the way.
Like your heart?
He doesn't have one.
I want to point out that I'm the most optimistic, upbeat, and outgoing of this entire group. Just throwing that out there.
Chips, chips. Chippy, chippy, chip, chip. Can you hand me a Brussels sprout?
This is very watery.
This is very watery. It's almost like the sweet and sour sauce you get at like Panda Express in the
That's
little
gonna be
packet.
spicier than this.
Probably.
Boy. Ready?
All right, 1, 2,
2, 3.
Oh, that is sour.
Yeah, actually, that's not that bad tasting.
Oh!
It's not the best hot sauce I've ever had, but
That is very sour and smoky.
it does have some flavor.
It does have, yeah, it definitely is sour. It has a bit of a sting to it, actually.
Not really.
There is a tiny bit there, but no, this is...
It's mostly just really sour.
I'm pretty sure my spaghetti sauce is going to be hotter than that.
I know.
So, just below the camera, we have spaghetti sauce, which has a bunch of meat and stuff in it, noodles, and Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think his spaghetti is going to be the hottest thing tonight.
Oh,
I
okay.
made dinner for them, and they're filling up on bread.
Well,
Those jerks. How could they?
as if that's going to stop us from eating it. Anyway,
It's not like
Okay, so real quick.
Bag of chips.
now we have a whole bunch of these to get through, so rapid fire.
Ah,
1 to 10, each of you, what would you say for Mexican style?
like spice-wise or good-wise?
In general.
Got a 2.
Nothing.
One or two.
See, I had to give it a 1.
It was sour. It was
It was just sour. It reminded me slightly of like those Mexican candies that like your Mexican friends growing up, their mother gave it to you on your birthday and you felt bad about taking it.
Remember, everybody over 21, take a shot every time he says Mexican.
Oh, right, you didn't have any Mexican friends growing up. Okay. So,
What was the Mexican friend?
go. Marvel, if you watch the show.
alrighty, let's
which
go.
You don't.
This is... it's just called jalapeno.
Caliente jalapeno. This is one of mine. This is the one I'm actually most interested in.
This is a green one.
It's a verde sauce. Verde.
My dad says don't feel bad. He likes the heels too.
I don't mind them.
I mean, the heels are always the funnest. I've never liked the faces very much.
It's what's called a paper bag.
They're both talking about something different.
I do not know how you would describe this smell. And that's what she said.
Alright, so this is one of mine. Caliente jalapeno salsa picante sauce. I guess it's not a verde. Ooh. Okay, that smells like a rubber tire.
I'm not sure how you would identify it. It smells weird.
That smells like a swamp ass.
See, to me it smells like a nasty, dirty rubber tire that you would smell at like Les Schwab or something.
It's like Shrek came
Smells
over
like
and you
rotten.
can still smell him like 3 weeks later.
It smells kind of like rotten glue.
This does not smell good.
This is going to be bad. I'm going to steal a Brussels sprout, actually.
And I actually feel bad because this is the one I was looking forward to the most.
I can't tell you what it looks like.
I don't want to... Don't. Please.
Give me a Brussels sprout and I'll shut up.
There you go.
And again, this one's watery as fuck too.
They're all going to be that way.
They're probably all going to be watery. This was
Subtlety, Jesus. Look it up.
No, we've been over this. I like my hot sauces like I like my women thick.
I don't have a problem with that. We are still only a few minutes into this. You cannot be dropping F-bombs yet.
We're snobs. Hot sauce snobs. What do you want from us? Fuck.
Oh, my ears. You are hurting the bishop.
Oh, he's fine.
The bishop swears more than we do.
Cursing your race is not swearing.
there's an off-screen water bottle.
Scraps is just holding us hostage.
Right.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm not even going to eat that piece of bread.
Oh.
That is bad.
Oh,
I'm glad I picked it.
Oh.
it tastes like rotten glue.
Oh, that is
Oh.
actually really bad. It's sour and it tastes like.
Honestly, it kind of tastes
Paint.
like burnt rubber smells.
Oh.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
Oh, God. It tastes like someone's opinion on social media. Oh. I'm actually gagging.
Okay,
Here, let me help you with that.
Oh.
this one, the
Oh.
Caliente Jalapeno
0,
salsa
Oh,
picante
God.
sauce. 0.
0.
Oh.
You want some help with
Negative
that?
9,000.
It was sour and it tasted chemically like paint.
Oh, God.
Worst thing we've tried on the show.
That is
Taste
one of
wise.
the worst things I've ever tasted in my life. I am not even
And
joking.
he's eating my cooking.
Your cooking is fucking delicious.
Oh. Oh.
No!
Oh,
Hello, Roxy. Ah!
Taste wise, that is the worst thing we have tried on the show. That was bad.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to try and recover from that nightmare.
To be fair, there was a very tiny mild heat.
Not really.
Nothing strong, nothing bad. It was just very sour
And
and
chemically,
0.
it tasted like
0.
bile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. Yeah.
Bile. It tastes like bile.
Reminds me of my first ex.
Reminds me of my ex-wife.
I like my
0.
I like my hot sauces like my women. Cold and still able to somehow hurt me. But in the case, we have Death Valley up next. Now, this is one that I picked.
That's one of yours.
Because I grew up just a pissing contest away from Death Valley, actually.
Who gave you this?
Why do you have a knife?
I'm Mexican. I always have a knife.
It's true. Standard Mexican loadout.
Oh, Tara's pissed off. She wants to know why you're not in timeout. Okay, here we go. Come on.
It's easy. I do what I want when I want.
I mean,
What?
And I'm Jesus.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, this smells slightly better. It smells like peppers.
Oh, this is cilantro. This is Death Valley Rattler hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best smelling one of the three so far.
Yeah, it smells like actual pepper.
It kind of has like a cilantro, grassy pepper smell. This one doesn't smell bad to me.
Oh, I don't smell anything, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, yes, Mama. We are enjoying these. We do like these, but I have to say that caliente jalapeno
Oh, that was bad.
was
That's
absolutely
the worst thing I've
horrifying.
ever put in my mouth, and that's saying something.
Like
That was.
my girlfriend, who's
I-
been
I-
dead since 2006, probably tastes better than that.
I am trepidatious about this because it smells really similar to
Is this a
the
party
other
or
one.
mosaic?
See, I think that one smells good, but then again, after the last thing we just tasted, I think anything's going to smell good.
It smells like a hint of lime, but I'm not really too sure.
I gotta find the right chip.
See, I was kind of getting like a little bit of like cilantro.
Come on.
Again, why does it have to be watery?
One of these has to be good. The
That's-
basic law of averages.
We have 8 of these, and we're on 3.
Well, I mean, just remember that law of average can go the opposite direction too.
No, we've already had the worst.
That's
I don't-
what you think.
That's what you
There
think.
could be something even way worse up in here.
There could be, and that's the scary part.
I hate
We
you.
could have just gotten a bad batch.
I mean, we could have just. I mean, that actually might, could be the best tasting one out of the batch.
No, we've already proved that, because the first one we tried, I would give like a 1. That last one, like negative.
Yeah.
9,000.
Ready?
Yeah.
1,
2, 3.
3.
Ah, gosh!
That is citrusy.
It's not as bad as the other one, but no.
That is super. That is.
Remember
I
what
bet that
said-
would actually be not terrible on a chip because it's very lemon
Remember what I
limey.
said about the hint of lime?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a hint.
No, that
That
is
was somebody screaming in your face with the lime.
that is a Kamehameha wave of
No, it
lime.
wasn't that bad.
A lot better than
I wouldn't
the
go
last
out of my
one.
way to eat it, but
Yeah,
I think there's potential with that one.
might be good. Might be good with some beef.
Yeah, on some fajita meat.
No, like ground beef.
Just ground. Okay, okay.
I don't think I want to.
Actually, you know what?
I don't think I
Jesus.
want to abuse a steak with that.
Jesus,
yeah.
give me a chip.
Give the man a chip.
Yeah, it's very limey. It's the least.
I'm gonna try it with a chip because I think it'll be really good on a chip. Actually.
It's the least spiciest of the 3.
You
I
could-
didn't get any spice from that.
You say it's limey, but I didn't pour out with an
Give me
accent.
that water. Please. Thank you.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna try it on a chip.
Try it on a chip.
Rating it?
I'd give it a 2.
Oh, this is a really good glass. This is heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite glasses, actually.
collector's glass. The other Coke glass we have is in the shape of a can, and it holds exactly 1 can of Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd
I
you
will-
get this?
See, I'd be willing to give.
Christmas present.
They got me that for Christmas.
That is a really good. Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
like glasses shouldn't be like. There should be heavy. There should be some room to it, just in case you have to hit someone across the head with it.
And don't want to break the glass.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I'm going to be kind of generous. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10, just because I think it has potential.
I'll give it a 4. I think 2 is a little bit too.
I gave the first one a 1, the second one a negative 9,000. This one I'll give a 2.
Top of one.
Go for the dragon's breath.
I'll give that one a 2. The Dragon's Breath. Where's? All right, this one's yours.
Now, my mother has pointed something out in the chat. Don't be angry at her. She got these because the bottles themselves looked cute, and there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
That's perfectly reasonable to buy a box.
Absolutely.
Like again, like even if the hot sauces aren't that good, the glass bottles would still be useful for something.
Oh yeah. No, you can put little knickknacks in those.
Imagine- ooh,
That caliente
Make your own hot
jalapeno.
sauce and like just take it with you.
Put it in.
Perfect
Yeah.
container to carry that.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
So,
one's
if we emptied out some of the worst ones, made our own hot sauce, those are perfect little gift bottles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you just like, want to carry it and just have something that like, you go to a restaurant or pick up some fast food, they don't give you hot sauce.
Just
Right there.
got it in
Hot
your.
sauce.
Anyway, though.
The food needs
What
a
is
little
this one?
spice to it.
This is Dragon's Breath garlic hot sauce. This is one of Cobalt.
Not much garlic, because you guys know
Smells-
how much garlic I put in the salsa I make. I put a ton.
I didn't get to put very much garlic in this one. All I have left is garlic salt and yeah.
It smells exactly like the first one, just like a smoky
Vinegar.
campfire.
Yeah, smoke and vinegar.
Oh, that smells way better.
Yeah, Dad. Yes, Dad. We did get the Dysons. Oh God.
I forgot it was watery.
Oh.
It's got a little bit more tang than the other one did.
It smells way better.
I hope it tastes way better for what you just did to yourself. So did you? You were watching. I don't think you did. Danhausen did a mock-up of those Hot Ones things.
Oh yes,
And they were kicking and those sauces were like kicking the crap out of him and his friends.
Shout out to Danhausen.
Danhausen, love that Danhausen.
Love that Danhausen.
Well, no one in the video mentions it, but I totally saw it. Danhausen actually copped out of eating the last one.
Really?
The last stab, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him. He used his finger like he very quietly, very quickly swiped his finger because he was eating them with chicken nuggets. And I saw him. He actually swiped it off, and then he took a bite of a piece of the chicken that it hadn't touched. And then he just
Danhausen.
We saw you.
Was.
You will get us cursed.
Was.
Hold on.
Let's do this. It's slipping.
Ah.
1, 2, 3.
Tastes like garlic and vinegar.
I'd say that's probably the most tame.
It's sour and smoky.
It reminds me of Mexican candy.
I definitely think that's like the most tame of the ones we've had. I don't mind it actually. I'd give that I'd be willing to give that a 4.
Give it a 5.
Ooh.
Reminded me of candy.
Wow. Generous.
But definitely the best one that we've had so far. So 3. I mean, well, I'll give it a 4. That one was actually not bad.
My mom said send back the bottles if we don't want them.
What's the sucker? It's got the orange, the red chili powder on it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just eat.
No. But you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
The Mexican candies
Next
that
up.
you can get in the store. That's what it reminded me of.
Next up, we have the Egyptian Scarab Fire Sauce.
Now,
This is the other one I picked.
That's another one you.
This one has a bit of a smoke to it.
This one smells. I don't know what this smells like.
Well, pass it over.
I don't know what that smells like. Also, that last one was also this garlic dragon's breath was also probably the spiciest of the ones because
Wait, hold on.
lingering.
That doesn't smell like anything.
Did we lose something?
No? Everything. Audio and everything.
Oh, okay. No. One of the people in the chat has us muted because they're listening. They're recording something right now.
Oh, probably a good thing.
Bit of an odd thing to do, watching a live stream show. But that's, I mean, well, I mean, just the same, we're glad you're here.
I'm out of bread.
Thank you.
Jeez.
I am the bread man.
Yeah, I gotta say that last one was the spiciest. Not too bad, but there is a linger.
The bread man.
There you go.
Need to get through these. It's all my scatters. Take a little bit, take a chip and dip something into that sauce real quick when you get the chance. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe the smell. I don't know.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
1,
2.
3. Oh, that one stings.
You know the weird thing?
I don't like it.
You know the way that coffee grounds smell?
Yeah.
It tastes like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's really weird.
That's definitely the spiciest.
It's not working with the bread. It makes the bread taste like it's moldy. That's really freaking weird.
Oh, God. Oh, it hurts.
I don't like it.
Can you hand me one of those, please? Oh.
I don't like it.
Oh,
0.
Oh.
It is spicy, I'll give it that, but
It hurts.
not in a good way.
I purposely burned them a little bit to get that like nice char on them.
What did we just freaking eat?
That was the scarab. Ow.
I'm not a fan of that one.
Egyptian scarab fire sauce. That is spicy.
Yeah, that stings.
That's by far the spiciest.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
That's good.
I knew he'd actually like it.
We-
Ratings?
0.
0 for taste, spice. It is spicy and it lingers.
We need to get through the other 3 because the Scotty noodles are starting to congeal.
Okay, next one up.
We might need to take a break. That was actually spicy.
Could you give me another soda? Please?
Okay.
I don't think I want some.
There you go.
Yeah, that one's spicy.
Eh. I mean, it definitely had more kick than the other ones.
By a lot.
Not.
Taste-wise, I'd say it's the second worst, though.
It made the bread taste moldy.
I'm going to give it a
I didn't
2.
even know that was possible.
I'm going to give it a 2.
It lingers, but it tastes like ass.
Yeah, that's a big fat 0.
But if you want
If
just a sting,
you want a sting, I'll definitely give it a 2 or a 3.
Which one do you want?
That is good.
I don't know. One of them.
Give me the.
No, not one of the ones you go.
this is British Red.
This is one of mine. I picked this for somebody in the chat who's not here. British Red.
How many came in the box total? I'm not sure. I didn't count. A couple dozen?
About a few.
Gosh! When it comes to heat, that's a high rating.
It smells like the other ones.
Wait, what?
It smells like the other red sauces.
No, great.
Yeah, it stings. We'll get you a number
Alright, break treatment.
probably next time.
Quit putting your bread on the
Shut up.
we're opening.
Let's see if they use any of those spices that they took over.
Oh,
Colonizer joke.
you say colonize joke. I say sounds like a joke from a sore loser.
This smells like a campfire.
It
They
smells
never
exactly the
compromise
same.
my people.
No, you were the Spaniards, huh?
Yup. Goddamn Spaniard bastards.
You and Francis Drake have much to talk about, I assume.
Your computer just died.
No, I just turned off.
Oh.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright,
1,
2, 3.
2, 3. Oh God.
Oh, gross. It's nothing but cayenne pepper tasting
Uh huh.
and smoke.
Y'all didn't use the right seasoning.
Tastes like the Brits' sense of humor.
It's sour. It's
Terrible?
like sour cayenne.
Non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Be nice to the Brits.
Make me? Get your moldy ass bread out my goddamn chips.
All right. That's
He said ass bread.
It's sour cayenne.
ratings. Numbers.
I already gave it.
1, 0.
Okay. This is another one that Jesus picked out. Mayan ruins.
Don't judge.
Judging.
A little.
Yeah, that British Red was just sour cayenne.
You're perpetuating stereotypes.
Goddamn right I am.
Stereotypes exist for a reason.
It smells like campfire smoke when you're in the campsite next door to somebody who has a fire at night.
When was the last time you went camping?
Long time ago, sadly.
Alright then.
I'm still feeling the sting from that goddamn scarab.
I
Yeah,
am
too
too.
much.
That scarab was spicy.
It lingered.
Yeah.
Whew.
Like that one family member that doesn't want to go away after the holidays.
Yeah.
Says the guy who lives on my couch now.
Lies. I just leave when you guys aren't paying attention.
You guys left the door unlocked?
And then I come back. I have a spare key.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you did bring soda this time. So.
Alright, are we ready?
No.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
One,
On you.
2.
2, 3.
Oh,
This one tastes a lot more tomatoey than the other ones.
Yeah.
See, this one I actually get vinegar.
Ooh.
Not
bit of
just sour, but actual like vinegar sour.
Bit of a
tastes like
sting too.
disappointment.
Bit of a sting too.
1.
If disappointment was a flavor, it would be that.
It's not as bad as that jalapeno one we did.
At
The-
least it doesn't make the bread taste moldy.
Yeah, but we have one more to go. And I've been saving this one for last just because I love the name. My Outback is burning.
It's an Australian sauce and it has a kangaroo on it.
Why'd you say it?
And Scraps picked this one.
What?
Why'd you
It's
say it
because I
like
had
a
a funny
redneck?
name.
Did I?
He said it like a redneck.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, why did you go full like redneck there?
You never go full redneck.
Smells like vinegar and butter.
Just like how you never go for a retard.
And butter.
Mother of...
And butter.
Yes. Smells like vinegar and butter.
Butter.
Wait,
Butter.
Butter has a
Butter?
smell?
I know.
Yes?
That does smell like vinegar and butter.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Is
That's-
butter popular over there?
Kangaroo is. So is sea turtle.
I don't know. It doesn't really have a smell to me.
See, I kind of get like a buttery smell.
I don't know.
I don't really know how to describe it other than like butter. Popcorn, like buttered popcorn.
Oh. It's
By
not
the way,
coming
that
out.
reference was for Tropic Thunder.
Can
Is it thick?
you hand me the cap, please?
Cap, what's wrong?
It's not coming out.
Oh,
Do we actually have a thick one?
damn boy! It's thick!
If it is thick, it automatically wins.
I don't know. I'm going to argue that my Death Valley Rattler is actually pretty good.
Yeah, your Death Valley Rattler is definitely the best.
It's not thick, but it's thicker than the other ones.
Automatically wins.
Yeah, until you taste it.
Watch is actually really freaking good. It's like the diamond in the rough.
Oh, wow.
That?
It's like jelly
I'm down.
or a syrup.
I hope it tastes like butter.
Yeah, this
Why?
one's...
I like butter.
You shouldn't be saying that about a hot sauce.
You really shouldn't.
Yeah, this one's like Bigfoot. It's thick. And I just rubbed it on my nose.
Dumbass.
Well, there was some on the bottle apparently.
All right. Ready, boys and girls?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
That's like the Mexican candy again. That
It has a sweetness to it. It's like a... It is like a jelly.
Now what automatically wins?
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually kind of tastes good.
I'd give that another 5.
I think
5?
that one may be like a 5 or a 6.
5.5.
The weird thing is it does taste like butter. I don't
4?
understand why.
4. I would tie it with the Rattler sauce. I think I like the Rattler a little bit better, but that actually was not bad.
It's palpable. It's palatable.
All right.
That was not too bad. It's not spicy.
Not spicy at all. Very nice flavor. I like it.
It's the only one that wasn't like pouring water onto bread.
I really like that one, actually.
My Outback is burning hot sauce.
You know, if you told me that my Outback is burning was the one that would be the best, I wouldn't believe you.
Product of China. Exclusively designed and distributed by Modern Gourmet Foods, Irving, California.
Huh.
Surprised they came out with a name like that.
I know, the name's great. My Outback is burning.
And it's actually really good.
Did you guys know that Monaco bought out Come and Go? And they're changing
Arigato,
the-
Mr. Roboto?
Monaco, the gas station. They
Yeah.
bought Come and Go, and they're going to be changing the name.
To what, Monaco?
Yeah, I'm sad. How can you get rid of such an iconic name as Come and Go?
I do not know that.
But yeah, no, those were some hot sauces that my mom sent. Actually, really good. So let's get on to what we were here to talk about tonight.
Food?
Food.
Make yourself a bowl. You're so damn hungry. Move.
We were all gonna try. I've not had it yet. It's supposed to be spicy. Can I have a bowl? I was gonna go throw up a screen.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were gonna do.
But then someone decided just to say tell someone to just make their bowl anyways. So it's exactly what he's doing.
Well, I'm off screen.
Thank you for slaving away over a hot stove.
Thank
for all
you.
this
You're
food.
welcome.
Thank you.
Now go away.
Yeah, I guess.
I thought that's what you usually do when we do these hot sauces. You try the hot sauces and then you flee back into your coal mine.
That's what I usually do. But there's food here.
Yeah, we were gonna throw up a please stand by screen and we were gonna serve up plates and then try that.
Hey, stop making fun of him before he leaves with all the food.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could just take it all to my room.
Yeah. Start making plates. Jeez. Move. Except you.
And I will follow.
Follow?
We are not playing that game again.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Are you positive?
You're wearing the hat. You're automatically playing the game.
God damn it, I just lost the game.
Eh.
Therefore, I need to text people.
Can't lose a game you've never started playing in the first place.
There is no escaping the game.
You don't escape the game. Alright, we'll be right back and we're going to
Is
make...
that group chat?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Actually, can I have a couple chips? Hey guys, we're back. Sorry for the confusion. I had a slight mutiny, but Bishop's okay, right?
Yeah, here.
There he is.
They hit me in the head with a hammer.
We did not.
You can't prove jack shit.
So this is spaghetti with a nice meat sauce and Brussels sprouts. And we did not hit him in the head with a hammer. We told him not to say that.
Yes.
Jesus.
My name's not even Zeus. It's just what they call me.
I hate you so much.
And yet, you're friends with me.
My name isn't Jesus, it's actually Steve. Someone please help me, I was born in eastern Montana. They dragged me down here, made me take a spray tan.
I was thinking West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
That would actually make canonical sense.
All right, we have dropped 0 frames.
Nice.
We are 40 minutes in, so
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Cursed Productions today. Of course. We'd be remiss if we didn't make a mention to the master of curses, of that Danhausen.
other than that.
Ironically, he was not involved with any of the productions we're going to be talking about tonight.
That we know of.
No, I think he's too young to be in with any of these. But anyway.
What about Shuby? Did I finally get Jesus kind of? His fork's on his arm.
It
I
hit
mean,
me in the
Steve.
face, bounced off of me, and like
I
rolled.
saw some food go flying.
It rolled across Jesus' face and Chupi's
I
butt.
swear if we lost a Brussels sprout to that, that is a cardinal sin.
Also, why are you calling Choopy it? I saw it go flying.
Fine. Chupi used his butt to knock food out of Jesus' bowl. I saw it. Like he just rolled across Jesus' face, and his tail was like, floop. Get out of the shot, you ugly mother.
I need a phone. Oh!
Anyway,
Swearing on camera to your innocent audience, how could you?
they're my audience. If we get kicked off the air, I want it to at least be my fault.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
I hate you so damn much. Anyway, though, first one we're going to talk about is probably the cursed production that everybody knows. Of course, I'm talking about The Wizard of Oz. Now, The Wizard of Oz came out in 1939. And it's kind of funny that today we remember it for being such a great classic. Everyone loves The Wizard of Oz, right?
I don't.
Anyway, now, what's funny is that a lot of people don't know The Wizard of Oz was a horrible cursed production. In fact, some people argue that Wizard of Oz kind of is what started the term of a cursed production itself, or as some people modernly say, production hell. Excuse me, which actually might be more fitting than some people realize. So, the interesting thing is that it was actually weird. It was a very high budget film for the time, with a budget of, by today's standards, basically it had a budget of $60 million. Which, economically speaking, back in that time was probably like,
A lot of money.
well, yeah. You gotta remember, this was a time frame when films were made for like a few $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? This movie was monumental. It was a huge deal, taken under wing by MGM Studios, who basically, they wanted to go to war with Disney, specifically with Disney's Snow White. Now, some ghost stories go so far to claim that the director of The Wizard of Oz, I have his name, I swear I do, Victor Fleming. Supposedly, Victor Fleming was under so much pressure from MGM Studios that he not only sold his own soul to the devil, he promised the souls of everyone involved in the production.
I can neither confirm or deny.
And the funny thing is actually, you know how, I don't know if they still do it today, but like, when I was a kid, when I was growing up, they always made jokes about the Hollywood producer, the Hollywood executive, you know, who sold his soul to the devil. This could be the origin of that kind of stereotype and running joke, actually. Fleming, he wasn't a bad director. It's like, it wasn't that he was like inexperienced, but everything that could go wrong did. Dozens of people were hurt during the production. Famously, for example,
I remember his name. The dude who played the Iron Man and
Tin Man.
the Tin Man.
Yeah, I got him covered, but we'll get to him in a second. One of the earliest problems that happened in the production was actually to a pair of the what's the politically correct? What's the right term?
All right, we're not
the two
going-
midgets.
Yeah, there you
Two
go.
of the midgets who played the flying monkeys,
The little people.
the little
Midgets.
people, the dwarves, whatever you want to call them.
Midgets.
Two of them were injured, actually pretty nasty, because the wires that were holding them up for a flying scene snapped and they plummeted feet first to the ground.
Ooh,
Yeah, they both had to go rush to the hospital.
broken hips.
I want to say it was their legs, but yeah, they suffered broken bones and had to be taken off set. The claim being, well, this is brand new technology. We've never really used stuff like this. This is cutting edge, so there will of course be bugs to kink out. Yeah, I you know, I have to ask a question real quick, and this goes more to the film snobs. Is it kind of awesome to be injured in The Wizard of Oz, or would you be mad?
Well,
Oh,
considering
so-
how a lot of the actors were treated during the production of it, I would say I feel like it would be kind of bad. But I
Yeah.
heard that a lot of the actors were treated pretty horribly.
Oh, they were. They were
Yeah.
horribly abused. Horrible work schedules, especially a lot of the midgets.
Sue.
That-
Sue, I say.
I don't think they had the right to, honestly. I think that they Fleming actually had them sign off on what's the term?
Cause.
No, it's you know,
Liability denial. Some.
waiver of liability or something
it's
like
a
that.
liability waiver.
Yeah, liability waiver. Thank you. Anyway, though, but anyway, as he was mentioning, there were actually multiple Tin Men. The first Tin Man was Jack Haley. Jack Haley. So to get the illusion that he was made of tin or metal, they had a wonderful idea, and I'm glad you're here, Scraps, because I want your medical opinion of what I'm about to tell you. Rather than using paint on Mr. Haley, they just covered him in aluminum dust. You should see the expression on Scraps' face right now. He looks like he's going to have an
Oh
aneurysm.
my god, that's horrible. Aluminum dust is insanely toxic. Like, insanely so. It's almost as bad as lead.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so get a load of this. 9 days, every morning before dawn, they would literally blast him, head to toe, with aluminum dust. I'm amazed that
how red and burned was he by the end of it?
By day 9, he actually collapsed and had to be rushed to a hospital, and they
Okay,
had to
so-
put him inside of an air tent.
So a little bit of a science thing here. So
Oh,
aluminum,
Yes.
like aluminum as we think of it, like cans and stuff like that, is safe to touch because it is covered in a very, very like thin oxide layer. The thing is about aluminum is that oxide layer, whenever you scrape it off, it almost forms back immediately because aluminum is so far over to the left of the periodic table, it's almost as reactive as the alkali metals. It's insanely toxic. It's actually slightly cancerous. And it can do some really, really screwed up shit to your body if you ingest it, which is one of the big reasons why they fought so hard to get aluminum out of deodorants. Because it's horribly, horribly irritable.
Mm-hmm. So he lasted 9 days of this before he finally collapsed and had to be put. Now, for context, if you don't know what an air tent is, you ever seen the movie Bubble Boy? Basically that. He literally was insulated inside of this big rubber tent thing that was designed to expose as much of his skin to air as possible.
Yeah, they probably were trying to oxidize the aluminum to make it inert.
So, good news, from what I read, he did recover. But he actually stood up to Fleming, and he left the production. He was out. Supposedly, actually,
I'll be punching him in the face on his way out.
he was bedridden. See, that's the funny thing is, supposedly, Fleming was like, no, you signed a contract, you're going to be in this movie. It actually took doctors stepping in and saying, if you take him out of this tent, you are murdering him. He will die if he is not in this tent. He is going to be at least in there for a good month before we can say that he might be possibly safe to leave it. Absolutely not. If you take my patient out of this tent, I will have you arrested for murder. So Fleming backed down.
You know what's the funny thing is, like, people go into the hospitals thinking that they have authority and all this other stuff. But need some officers are on their high horse thinking they can do whatever they want. But when you're in the hospital, you got they got no authority.
Doctors supersede
doctor.
you. Yep.
Yep.
Doctors supersede law enforcement whenever you're in the hospital.
Yep.
And when it pertains to healthcare.
Yeah.
I think the legal term is in a non-emergency situation. Doctor is the ultimate authority inside a hospital.
Well, in an emergency situation, a doctor is 100% the ultimate authority.
Yeah,
That's what triage is.
I've heard a medic could override like very high up
Yeah.
in an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
On
like,
that
if
specific.
if a cop says, "Hey, we're taking this guy to jail," but the doctor says, "No, he's got a horribly contagious disease. He has to stay in the bubble,"
Yeah.
then the doctor's the one that has the authority there.
Yeah. But real quick, kudos to the doctors for basically saving Haley's life here.
Well, I mean, it was
Because Fleming was absolutely going to force him back onto the set.
I mean, it was the 1930s. Doctors still cared about the Hippocratic Oath and not about money.
Amen.
So,
But it gets worse. Because after Haley was not able to return, he had to be replaced by... who was the second one?
Also, just saying, this spaghetti that we're eating is really good.
Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me.
spicy.
I misspoke. Buddy Ebsen was the original Tin Man. Jack Haley was the man who came in and replaced him. So when Haley came on, he was like, "You're not spraying me with that aluminum dust crap. Absolutely not." But here's the problem. This is the 1930s. This is like, actually, I think they were filming for like they filmed for a couple years. So I think this was probably 1937, 38 maybe.
yeah, I can believe that.
But anyway, they didn't have metallic paint.
I
So,
think this is when they just hit him in the face with it, wasn't it?
no, what they did was they mixed it with cornstarch and water to make a paste.
God.
They mixed cornstarch, water, and aluminum dust to make a metallic paste that they literally, I'm not joking, with a confectioner's knife, basically a fancy butter knife, spread it on him like he was a goddamn cake.
When I thought they couldn't get dumber.
I'm not making this up.
Not only is it toxic, now it's hard to get off because they mix it with brick and cornstarch.
I believe it was cornstarch. It might have been flour, but they mixed water and something to make paste. But anyway,
Cornstarch is kind of.
To quote one of the greatest men I know that has been in acting for a while, never go full retard. Never go full retard.
anyway, now you aren't going to believe this, guys, but
He got hospitalized.
almost. He had to take medication because he got an eye infection. Apparently, in the process of this stuff, some of it got into his right eye,
Shit opened his mouth.
and he had to get onto a long-term medication. The funny thing is, true to Fleming's evil attitude, the frickin' Tin Man, Haley still had to perform while he was taking medication.
I hope
To keep
someone
this-
punched him in the face.
I've heard
That's so
stories.
funny.
I've heard stories that Fleming did get his ass kicked, but that's beside the point. another one that actually got the studio in trouble. So, Toto the dog. I know everyone in the chat is like, you don't mess with the dog. Nothing happened to the dog, right?
Lies.
Wrong.
It's the 1940s. Of course, something happened to the dog.
Something
Also Hollywood.
Something pretty bad actually happened to the dog. So, apparently, there was some extra actor playing one of the Wicked Witch's soldiers. He was shooting the scene, and the dog, whose name was Terry, by the way, Terry was still on the set. Now, this soldier claimed, oh, I thought it was a prop dog. So he kicked it out of the shot.
He punted the dog. Like how my characters punted gnomes.
Yes, he thought it was a fake dog. He thought it was a prop or something. Speaking of doggies, there we go. He thought it was a fake, and it was in the shot, so he just football goal kicked it offset and ended up breaking the dog's leg.
Ooh.
Did someone break his leg? I like how I'm just going straight violence today. Like,
Jesus woke up this morning and chose violence.
no. I chose violence yesterday. I went to bed choosing violence. I woke up choosing violence. I did not have a good day yesterday. That being said, but like, you don't hurt a dog or a cat or any fluffy creature.
Or animals in general.
Yeah, animals in general. Don't hurt the animals.
Except mosquitoes.
They don't count. They're pests.
Mosquitoes and
No.
wasps
And bed bugs.
And bed
and
bugs.
bedbugs.
And spiders.
No,
No,
spiders.
no,
Not spider.
Just depends on the spider.
no. Spiders are.
Anyway,
Spiders are friends.
so
Except hobo spiders.
No, they're friends too.
No, they're not.
They just need help.
the dog was kicked. It landed and broke its leg.
And so the dog was kicked.
And then the birth of PETA happened at that moment.
Actually, when was PETA founded? I'm curious how they would have a field day with this.
They probably still will have a field day with it. Not
The dog, they had to go find a replacement dog, which
1980.
1980. Okay, so this was way before PETA. Anyway, they had to find a replacement dog. Here's the funny thing: Terry, the original Toto, was a girl. The replacement was a boy.
It's gonna be fun to explain.
Now, I haven't watched it that closely, but I have heard some people claim, if you're paying attention, you can see certain scenes where Toto, who is, to be fair, the character Toto is supposed to be a boy. There are some scenes where Toto is lacking certain equipment, and there are other scenes where he exuberantly has equipment.
Is this like the ugly dachshund where you can see the dogs laying on their back on the bed and the lady's like patting them? Good girls. You know those aren't girls.
You can tell.
The world's,
Did you just assume their gender?
Yes,
I
I
was going to say the
fucking
world's,
did.
the
Good.
world's first transgender actor.
Oh, God. Toto is a trans icon.
There you go.
Oh God, please don't start that. You know there's gonna be some fucking group going, oh my God, yes.
Oh, God. Put a dog in it. Make it gay.
Damn it, hurtful.
Anyway,
Not
oh,
wrong.
really?
They have butt.
Hey, he just wanted to give the audience something to look at, okay? They have to stare at these two ugly mugs.
Look at my buns.
Okay, first of all, he lacks an ass at all. Second of all, you might be ugly, but bitch, I'm adorable.
Look at my butt. My butt is amazing.
You don't have a butt. You have an absence of ass.
You have hijacked the show with your butt.
What do you think you are, Vegeta?
Bitch, I'm the Prince of Darkness. Ah! Prince of Darkness is under attack. By a brand.
So,
Anyway.
I know the main actress got hurt.
Okay, well. So here's the interesting thing about that. So yes, the woman who played Dorothy. There were claims that one of the midgets attempted to sexually assault her. As far as I could find looking into this, that was not true.
Well,
the thing is, like, even when was this made? The 60s?
1939 is when it came out.
So this would be like 1937, 1938.
It could be true. That sounds
It
like
could be.
Like back in the day, that stuff like wasn't talked about, and they wouldn't keep records of it. So
This is true. Yeah, those supposedly a lot of problems came from working with those munchkins.
You are adorable, penis says.
Or mid. I want to point
Little
out,
people.
not her son, who's adorable. No.
Finally, I'm not the weird one anymore.
You were the one with the weird thing on your head. Anyway. Such a prima donna. Anyway.
Someone has to be.
But as far as I could tell, that was never confirmed that she actually did get assaulted. It could have happened, I'll give you that.
Again, it could have.
Only a pepper.
You know how they were back in the day, like with,
I know.
stuff like that. Records show.
Things aren't recorded, things aren't talked about, I know.
If things are said, they're ignored and thrown under the rug.
But
She was also kind of thrown under the rug too, which is kind of sad. I don't know if you get to that. Just mentioning it.
yeah, she got a lot of crap thrown at her whole career, really, honestly, which is a shame. I think she was a wonderful actress.
I did, yeah.
What? Judy Garland?
Judy Garland's her name.
I actually remembered someone's name for once.
Nice.
I know her more by Dorothy. I'm sorry, but no, I know controversy followed her a lot, and even more recently, they tried to drag her name through the mud. Which, by the way, that's just my personal opinion about cancel culture. But anyway, another bad thing that happened with midgets, and this is one that I'm just going to say it. Take a shot, because here comes the line. I think there's a conspiracy afoot.
Oh, you said it again.
So,
His catchphrase.
infamously,
I thought his catchphrase was anyway.
anyway,
Anyway.
there's a conspiracy afoot. Now, there is a particular scene in the film, and I'm trying to remember, I want to say it's right after they meet the Cowardly Lion, I think. When they're going down the yellow brick road, if you look way off in the background, there is this odd shadow that just drops.
In the trees?
Yes, in the trees. Now, this instant of cinematography lives in infamy because the claim is that one of the midgets, he had proposed to his girlfriend and she said no. And he was so heartbroken over this that he hung himself.
No. He ended his life subscription.
He ended his subscription to Life magazine.
He shoveled himself off the mortal coil.
He in Minecraft himself.
He began his new subscription to the Holy Lands. Okay, that's enough of that. But they've also said where it's not that, it's a bird or a flamingo.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So actually, I can get into detail. They first, and it'd always be that no one ever talks about this. First, they actually edited it out. They took it out originally. They actually, because when the video was released in VHS, they found out that people noticed it and started talking about it. They re-released it in VHS, and coincidentally, the shadow's been edited out.
If you get fun of VHS with that on it, I'll be worth some money.
Pretty sure it is, but anyway. Then, when people pointed out, wait a second, why did you take that shadow out? They said, oh, that was an emu. Yes, an emu that we rented from the Los Angeles Zoo. I'm just going to point something out real quick.
I can't see the zoo.
They say that, first of all, an emu is a dangerous animal. They would not let an emu... well, okay, maybe in the 1930s they might have been this stupid. Emus are one of the most dangerous animals, actually, that you will find in a zoo.
What does it look like?
Steve Irwin actually specifically mentioned, in fact, that of all the animals he actually had to take precautions with, and this is a guy who wrestled, crocodiles and sharks and all kinds of stuff. No, he sincerely, in front of a camera, said the animal that honestly worried him the most for the safety of himself and the people who worked with him, emus.
The hell does an emu look like?
It's like an ostrich, but like from hell.
It's more compact, more
Oh, is that the
brightly
one with
colored.
the giant freaking claw on the...
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
Beak, and
Yeah.
they're like this tall.
Yeah, they literally are an ostrich from hell.
Good thing we only have ostriches up in Mexico.
Anyway, the emu story doesn't work out. Furthermore, I want to point something out. I could not show you this piece of footage because it clearly is not a bird. It looks like a person. It looks human shaped. The way it drops down from the tree, the shaping, everything. And again, isn't it funny that it's totally not a person? It's not a person. It's not someone committing.
Of course not, it's a midget.
No. God damn it, Jesus!
Jesus, they're people now.
You know someone back in the day thought that way, and that's what they said. I'm
can't-
only re-saying it.
I can't disagree with you about that, but wow, that was offensive.
Anyway, so I'm just going to say it. For a bird, there's a lot of odd protection around this piece of footage. To the point I would argue, no, I think that they... Now, I want to point out, I don't think they intentionally filmed this guy committing that, ending his subscription to Life magazine. I'm willing to bet it was an accident.
They didn't notice.
See, here's the thing I think. Here's what I think. I think Fleming saw it and didn't care. He wanted this shot. Consider everything else that this bastard did. And I'm just going to personally say it. Victor Fleming was a horrible person in my personal
Can we
opinion.
find his grave and he's going to piss on it?
No! Okay, into a live microphone, we are not going to say we're going to desecrate a grave.
We're going to go clean it.
I will sincerely say, no, he was not a good man. And that's coming from someone who actually likes The Wizard of Oz. I liked that movie. That was my Aunt Leah's favorite film.
What's funny, I've only seen it like twice or so.
I've seen it a couple times.
But compared to the remakes they've done,
Oh my!
the remakes they don't match up to the original.
Mm.
Even though the original was
I can't watch it now just because it makes me think of my Aunt Leah and it chokes me up. But yeah, no, it was her favorite movie, and I actually like it. But I will say, no, Victor Fleming. The people who say the stories about how he sold his soul to the devil, I believe it. He was a monster of a man who would let nothing, including death, stop him from making this movie. And of course, he claimed it was, well, MGM has expectations. I have to fulfill my expectations to my master.
Well, let's be honest. The last couple of years, studios have shown how greedy
And horrible. Yeah.
and horrible they are.
And yeah.
And this is nowadays when they have regulations, there are rules. There
Oh
are,
yeah, no. You know full and damn well that if Kathleen Kennedy could get away with it, she would
Unions.
absolutely have people like Victor Fleming making her Star Wars crap now.
Oh, dude.
You know she would. You
yeah.
know.
We went through
I'm-
5 fins and 2 poes.
They would.
I
But-
think they're bringing what's her name back when it's Star Wars movie.
yeah,
that's a different
yeah.
different time.
But anyway.
But like back in the day, studio, like I can see that being that. But he it doesn't take the fact away that he was
putting people in danger. He got people hurt.
he's a horrible human being.
He was a jerk.
You don't treat your colleagues like that.
Absolutely not.
You know.
You could be a douche, but you don't treat them like they're objects or put their life in the line.
Who is it? Shining.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, considered one of the most horrible, evil men to work for. I want to point out, he never, sent someone to an air tent and then said that they needed to get back on set.
True, he pushed you to your.
He never hurt you. Well, no, wait.
He pushed it. Depending on how it is, he did push a few people to
pretty
their
hard.
to their breaking point. I don't remember the name of the actress.
The stair scene.
Shelley Duvall.
Duvall.
I think she had a break.
She had a mental breakdown.
She had a mental breakdown, and I think he still made her.
Yeah, the stair scene 187 times or something like that.
And then afterwards, he said she was crap.
She was still terrible.
He regretted ever hiring her. And it's like,
Yeah, but I want to point out he never sent anyone to the hospital.
He was a douche.
Oh, absolutely, Kubrick was a douche. I'm not a huge fan of his work personally, but I'm saying it's I would argue even he wasn't as bad. as Fleming.
Yeah.
I'm almost afraid to look in the chat right now. It's like
Stephen Hawking still hated The Shining, though. Did he? Or was that another one?
Hawkins?
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick?
I don't know. I'm drawing a
Stephen
blank.
King?
Yeah, Stephen King. There we go.
Man, that's Stephen Hawking. What a wonderful guy.
I have been making fun of that for too long, and that's where my mind went.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I mean, when you mention a stair scene, obviously your mind goes to
Who
to
could run
Hawking.
upstairs better, Stephen Hawking or Steven Seagal?
Stephen Hawking.
God damn it!
I don't think Seagal can make it up the stairs.
Oh, that guy.
And that's saying something.
Everybody thought he was such a genius. It's like, no.
No.
Back on topic, though.
Back on topic. That was The Wizard of Oz. The film that... And the sad thing... and there's actually one more before we move on to our next topic. I mean, I was saying, this is like the cursed film of cursed films. The Wicked Witch of the West herself, who wasn't even an actress. She was a teacher. She was a school teacher.
What was her name?
We talked about this a few months ago, I believe.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going to know it when I see it.
I'm not. Tell you that right now. I'm horrible with names.
Oh, Margaret Hamilton.
Margaret Hamilton, thank you.
Wow, she's billed so low.
She is. She was... Yeah, was this her first movie role? Anyway,
No, I think she was on Sesame Street.
Well, anyway, she had multiple problems. One, she had allergic reactions to the makeup they put on her.
Who did it on that movie set?
Yeah. Here's the thing. The makeup they used was copper-based.
Oh, God.
I'm not joking. So, in the famous scene where the witch melts at the end, she was supposed to drop through a trapdoor. And there's fire around the trapdoor, so it looks like she's burning up or melting or whatever the hell, you know? Well, there are several problems with that. Number one, you have a woman covered, all her face, her arms, her hands, in makeup that is filled with copper,
Flammable.
an extremely heat-absorbent metal. And the trap was supposed to open and she was just going to drop through. It was supposed to be all, lightning quick, fast as you can blink, Nope. The trapdoor's mechanism malfunctioned, and so she slowly was dropping in. Kudos to her for staying in character and trying to act whilst, her skin...
On fire?
Basically, she was on fire without being on fire.
Man, I'm starting to think that dude did so everyone saw on that freaking movie set.
That's the funny thing. It's like that scene, even before, that scene is hard to watch for me just because, her screaming and raving, that's pretty much real. That's pretty much, she was on fire. And in fact, fun story though, apparently one of the makeup artists realized, wait a minute, this woman's covered in copper.
Oh, look, someone finally got some common sense.
So this makeup artist actually dove underneath the stage and was down there trying desperately to scrape the makeup off of her.
Why not
And
just
a lot of
grab
people,
her, pull her down?
well, see, the whole real quick, copper-based makeup.
Not good.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. No, we're talking about
Not as bad as aluminum-based makeup.
yeah. How about for a scene where you're supposed to be surrounded by fire?
Not good.
Yeah.
Is it powder?
No, it was a paste.
Not good. Copper itself isn't very flammable, but copper is an excellent conductor of heat.
That's what.
So, whatever is flammable around it, it's going to get hot very quick.
Yeah, and on top of that, she was all in black clothes.
Also, quick question: is 10 sleeping pills too many?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I might have a problem.
Well, then stay up.
Don't
Don't close your eyes.
Do we need to? Do
we
I
can
need to
take-
call somebody?
We're going to take it to the emergency room,
No,
good sir.
it's-
Actually, hold on, let me punch your stomach.
Make him gag. Anyway.
Gag, I'm going to make him puke all over the table.
Anyway.
Don't you dare
The
make
only
me get
reason
shit
that
on
she didn't,
We
honestly,
don't speak of that.
sincerely, probably the only reason that frickin' the actress didn't straight up be burned to death was because this one makeup artist actually was able to get underneath the stage and started getting the makeup off of her skin.
How did he not get sued? Like, I'm sorry, but at some point,
1930s liability waivers.
That's the best I could tell you. It's not
who
as
did they say-
satisfying.
Someone should have set his house on fire with him in it.
Probably ended up happening.
But here's the worst part about it all. All this suffering happened to make this movie. And at the time, it only made a few million bucks. It just got over breaking even in its theatrical run. And was considered a failure because it was trying... MGM wanted this movie to knock out Disney's Snow White, possibly one of the most successful Disney productions of all time. And Walt Disney's personal favorite production, by the way.
Yeah, before they went down the toilet.
Yeah. But anyway, it was actually a financial, I wouldn't say failure, but it wasn't what they wanted. It didn't bring the oomph that they wanted. However,
It's
it
not
did.
a financial failure. It's a cult classic.
Well, see, here's the thing.
It was
It
a failure,
became.
and then it became a cult classic.
It kind of had a renaissance because a few years later, in '53, they started selling the rights to play it on cable television. And to be fair, by the Nielsen ratings, The Wizard of Oz was one of the most popular films on cable. And then, years later, I want to say in the 60s or 70s, they released it on VHS, where it was one of the most high-selling VHS tapes.
It was very popular.
What's a VHS? Because there's probably some member
Oh
of
my
our audience who don't know.
Does Sean know what a VHS is?
I highly doubt that. I guarantee he wouldn't know what a VCR is.
Let me Google it real quick. Oh, I know what a VCR
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I can hear his fingers tapping away right now to hide his shame. But anyway,
Sorry, Sean.
Oh,
Love you,
man,
little bro.
Imagine
Don't
finding
apologize.
a sealed VHS tape of
of Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
with the actual midget still in the background.
I had it as a kid on VHS.
That could be worth some money now.
It got eaten. I remember specifically my VCR ate it.
bro.
I know. And I'm like, because I loved that movie as a kid. I would like
Mine as a kid was The Lion King, but
the Lion. Yeah, the Lion King's another.
I
great movie.
like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Never heard of it.
Willy Wonka.
Who's that?
no.
All right, everybody, the show is ending, so I can beat the bear.
Oh, bro.
What?
Anyway, the resident Lord of Chaos is furious at us for making fun of him not knowing what a VCR is. Anyway, though, but we're not done. We have actually other topics. Another cursed production. And I think it's funny that so many cursed productions actually become stupidly famous and popular. Nowadays, we don't call movies cursed productions. We just say they're crap. But another one is, of course, and we actually mentioned it a little bit ago, Star Wars. Yet another example of a stupidly famous, arguably the most successful franchise in cinematic history. At least before Disney bought it and decided to ruin it.
Curse became so strong it put one of us in this room in the hospital.
Twice.
That would be me. I didn't go to the hospital the second time.
You didn't go. You should have. Anyway, though. Now, here's the funny thing about Star Wars. The production itself wasn't actually that bad for the original trilogy. There were a few small things. Peter Cushing, who played General Tarkin, was it General or Admiral Tarkin?
I think it was Admiral Tarkin.
It was Grand Moff.
So that Grand Moff Tarkin, excuse me. No, I was trying to remember how does Leia address him in the movie? Didn't she call him General?
He's a Moff, which is
Moff.
kind of
like an admiral.
basically an admiral. Yeah, like
Yeah, but anyway,
he's Grand Moff Tarkin. And there's
he had a car accident during the production of the film and actually broke his foot.
she addressed him as governor.
Governor, that's right. She didn't even
Yeah,
call him by a
governor.
military name. She called him governor.
Yeah.
He was in a car accident, broke his foot, and because of that, he had a cast on his foot, and he couldn't wear the boots that they had for the uniforms. So go back and watch A New Hope. There are no scenes showing him below the knee. You cannot see below his knees. But this is kind of a good thing to come of a bad thing, though. What was her name? Martha? Lucas's wife.
Martha Lucas?
I think it was. I think her name was Martha. I'm terrible at names.
So am I. I
But
just threw Lucas.
Lucas's wife saw that Peter was having so much problems walking around and stuff that she actually went out and got him orthopedic slippers. There's just one small problem.
Marcia.
Marcia?
Yeah.
Marcia.
There are no slippers in space.
No, it gets better. They were pink bunny slippers.
That is fantastic.
And Peter Cushing wore those on the set. So just remember the next time you see the scene where Tarkin coldly has Alderaan destroyed by the Death Star, he gave that command.
While wearing
Pink bunny slippers.
They should have left that. They should have
Shown it.
Like, he just got out of bed, got half, almost dressed all the way. I gotta go destroy a planet. I'm gonna wear my favorite slippers today.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel like that's the best outfit to destroy a planet in. You know?
Yeah.
Gotta wear your best shoes.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't feel guilty about ending an entire race if you have pink bunny slippers on.
Oh no, nothing can bother me in my fuzzy slippers. But the funny thing is Peter Cushing actually claimed that was one of the nicest things anyone ever did for him, and he became a huge advocate. He loved the Lucases. In fact, it was because of that he hounded his friend Christopher Lee to be in Star Wars, and that's how we got
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus in the prequels.
Best lightsabers ever made.
Hey, frickin' men.
I love his lightsaber.
I love that saber. Everyone jokes that was a custom saber for his hand because he couldn't hold a regular one. No. His saber was special because no one else deserves a saber as unique.
Didn't they pass that off in the actual series, saying that he had a special fighting style
Yes.
that used that
That's
choked up
specific.
on the saber because of the curve?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson also got a special saber too.
That's because he wanted a
purple.
purple saber and they had to give it to him.
Because he wanted to fight himself on in the battlefield.
Another fun fact, real quick, actually, Samuel L. Jackson and Christopher Lee originally had opposite roles. Sam Jackson was originally going to be Darth Tyrannus, and Christopher Lee was going to be Mace Windu. Except Samuel L. Jackson wanted to be a Jedi, and Christopher Lee was like, no, I have to be on the dark side, because Peter was on the dark side. I think his exact quote was, I have too many friends
That wear capes.
that wear black capes to be anything but a Sith. And so they literally traded scripts.
You want to trade homework to see if the teacher doesn't notice?
Basically. But yeah, anyway though. The problem with Star Wars really actually was the aftermath. All these actors were in the Star Wars trilogy, and aside from Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones, their careers all came to a screeching and pretty horrible halt.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm talking about the original trilogy.
Okay.
Even though the prequels had their own curse too. Mostly a lot of bullying and harassment online. There are ghost stories about, this character from the prequels killed himself or that and so on. By the way, they didn't. Those were stories that were grossly blown out of proportion. The kid who played Anakin did not end his subscription to Life magazine.
I think he just stopped acting.
No, he became a farmer, I think.
Yeah.
He stopped acting.
He got out of it. Yeah, he was bullied.
The kid who played Anakin.
Jake Lloyd.
In
In episode
Phantom
1.
Menace.
And then
Well,
I think the kid
honestly,
from
in the original series, I mean, he has the look like a bland pork chop.
I think the kid that played Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, he's a farmer now too.
Yeah, he got the hell out of there too. But anyway, the man who played Jar Jar Binks supposedly,
Ahmed Best.
yeah, supposedly he in Minecraft himself. No, he didn't.
That's not true.
No, he did not. He was harassed, yes. Mark Hamill, who was Luke Skywalker, the main freaking character, he basically couldn't find work at all in Hollywood. He had to go into voice acting.
And we got one of the best Jokers ever.
I will agree
best
with
Joker.
I would agree. He gave us the most iconic Joker. I'll agree with you on that.
And we got the
But I
most
have-
iconic Batman with it.
Oh yeah, that whole series was freaking awesome. The problem with that is that was kind of a double-edged sword because a lot of people claimed that he basically just played the Joker
Oh, no,
in everything.
No, he
He just used that same character in all his other voice work. He was in Spider-Man.
Yep.
He was the Hobgoblin, and a lot of people claimed he was just the Joker.
No, he's done so many roles. I just can't remember them, but he's done a lot.
Kind of like the dude that played Wacko in the Animaniacs. That dude had so many voice acting roles
Yeah.
that people don't even realize.
See, but
Yeah.
that's the thing though is the guy who played Wacko would actually change his character stuff. Mark Hamill fell under fire because he was just the Joker in everything he did.
I actually got to meet him.
Hamill?
No, the dude that played Wacko.
Awesome.
I met him at a convention.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, Carrie Fisher didn't really do much of anything after that. Yeah, no, nobody outside of, as far as the original trilogy goes, yeah. James Earl Jones and Harrison Ford were the only two who escaped the Star Wars curse.
And then Darth Vader became Mufasa.
Didn't he do No, he did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Star Wars
James
was
Earl
before.
Jones did a lot.
He did. And the funny thing is supposedly he is like such a freaking nerd.
Oh, dude, he is.
He loves Star Wars so damn much. I wouldn't mind meeting him. I would like to meet Mr. Jones. But no, yeah, Star Wars, and also to be fair, a lot of people say that George Lucas himself kind of fell to the curse too. A lot of people
Better
say
meet him soon.
what?
Better meet him soon.
I know.
He's 93.
I know. George Lucas himself, a lot of people would argue that it was his wife who actually made A New Hope good.
So
Just speaking.
the guy who did the voice for Joker, he was not Uncle Ira. He was Zuko's dad, and the Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was
Hamill. You're talking about Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was Skeletor.
Yep. And everyone ripped him
and,
apart for that production. He was also Chucky.
He was Chucky.
Again,
he was,
ripped apart.
In the Kids Next Door, he was the pirate dude, the candy pirate.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, he did lots of stuff.
oh yeah,
but I'm
he
saying
was
he did lots of roles, but one, almost nobody knew it was him, and two, when
Yeah,
they did know it was
unless he
him,
pulled out the iconic Joker style
Yeah,
voice and
which-
then they ripped him apart for it.
yeah, because
Uh,
that was like his one voice that he could do well.
Speaking of going back to James Earl Jones real quick, guess when his birthday is?
today.
Today.
Really?
Happy birthday!
It
Happy
is James
birthday!
Earl Jones' birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mufasa.
Happy birthday, Darth Vader.
On a sad note, my buddy lost his dog today.
That really sucks. Wow, just take that. Did a soldier from the Wicked Witch of the West?
He just texted me about it.
I'm sorry. But anyway,
Sorry.
Lucas himself kind of succumbed to the curse too. A lot of people say that Lucas was a good thinker. He had lots of good ideas. He cannot direct for a damn.
James
A lot of
Earl
people-
Jones only retired 2 years ago. He was voice acting all the way up until 91.
Yeah.
That's insane.
When you
Don't
find
let anyone
something
ever
like
tell
to
you
do-
you're too old. But anyway, a lot of people argue that the only reason A New Hope was even remotely good was because his wife came in behind him and was like, oh God, I'm going to fix this. And she edited the film almost to a completely different movie. Fun side note, actually, real quick, about A New Hope. In the trench scene, right before the Death Star blows up, there is this random, about 3 seconds where Tarkin is on screen. That was put in because Peter Cushing told Mrs. Lucas that this was one of his favorite productions, and he wished his character survived so he could be in the other movies with them. He wished he could have more screen time. And so, as a thank you to Peter Cushing, she edited in that 3-second clip of him just being on the screen a few more seconds.
That's actually a very important clip because that shows he's dead.
Yeah, that's how we know he actually died in the Death Star.
Yeah, because that clip is Tarkin.
And then
The next,
boom. Yeah.
And that's how it
Didn't the
should be.
dude who played Tarkin pass away?
Peter Cushing?
Yeah, he
He
away.
died just before the trilogy, the prequels.
Damn.
In fact, that's one of the big reasons that Peter Cushing, or that Christopher Lee was like, no, I'm going to be in a Star Wars film. My friend just died. He said I had to be in Star Wars. I'm going to be in Star Wars with him. Could you imagine Christopher Lee walking up to you? You're the head of casting, and he just tells you, I'm going to be in your movie.
If I was Lucas,
Man,
I'd love to have
Here's the thing. Like, we've all heard that joke that the dude who walks into the gym shower and just takes off the towel and has the giant rod. That's who Count
That's
Dooku is.
Christopher Lee.
When he walks into the room, it doesn't matter.
You salute.
It doesn't matter what you've done. Doesn't matter what you've accomplished in life. As soon as you come in, you the little guy, you do what he says.
Damn right. He was the original most interesting man in the world.
God damn right he was.
Oh, I love his movies. I love him.
I wonder if I'm pretty sure he did some voice acting too.
Oh, he did lots of voice acting. But anyway, wow, we are going as bad over time as I thought.
All right, next one.
But we have one more to talk about before we finish up. Now, this one's going to require a lot of backstory. So stay with me because I'm going to go fast on this one.
Buckle up, children.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Oh, you have no idea. Anyway, so
Maybe
in the
depending on what
not
it
too
is.
distant future, next Sunday AD, in fact, actually, there was a moron named Joel. He worked at Gizmonic Institute. He was just another dude in a red jumpsuit, though. Unfortunately, he did a good job cleaning up the place, but his bosses didn't like him, so they shot him into space. After that, they scoured to find him all the cheesy movies they could. The worst they could find, in fact. Good night, Scraps.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, couple.
Sweet dreams, my good sir.
See ya.
Of course,
tomorrow.
I'm talking about the glorious Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's because you suck. Anyway,
Hey,
Mystery Science
hey.
Theater.
Forget you.
Get the mallet. Anyway, so Mystery Science Theater 3000, which originally was just Mystery Science Theater, was first aired November 24th, 1988. 3 days after I was born, by the way.
98?
88.
88. Man, I wasn't even a stand anywhere yet.
You weren't born yet, huh?
No.
Yeah, you weren't born yet.
It was like, what, 88? That was a few years. I was born in 92.
Yeah, you were not a thing yet. Anyway, now, Mystery Science Theater, see, some people don't say it's not a cursed production. I argue it kind of was. It was made by a group of friends, actually, all of whom were like journalists and critics and film lovers who weren't really famous or important or anything like that. And so they figured, there's no consequences, let's just do this. And so the concept was, you had a host, the original was named Joel, who had these two little robot friends, Crow and Tom Servo, who would sit in a theater watching bad movies. Now, these films were really old and basically didn't fall under copyright protections. So they could be played. They were, what would they say? Royalty free?
Yeah.
Royalty-free,
Would be the term? Royalty
Public
free.
domain.
Public domain, thank you. The idea is the film was framed with these silhouettes of them sitting in theater seats. And they would talk to the audience while the movie was playing, making fun of it, stuff like that.
No. I ever get the money, I will buy like an abandoned movie theater
And just totally do that.
and like remodel everything except for like two of the theater rooms, and like that'll be a good spot to do like filming and whatnot. One of them and like do reviews on stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, now the thing is that it sold like hotcakes. Everyone loved this idea, this premise.
It's still used to this day.
It gets better. It was picked up after one season on local television by Comedy Central. And it ran for several seasons. Now, I have to explain a few things because some of the younger folk might not get this. Mystery Science Theater was very appealing because it was extremely cheaply made, first of all. And secondly, while it didn't have huge ratings, it had consistent ratings.
And
It was a
back in the day-
surefire. See, nowadays, everything's about the biggest number as possible all the time, and it has to always be going up.
Yep. And back in the day, is it consistent? Are people still coming back? Are they getting new
Mm-hmm.
numbers? Are the numbers still staying where they're at, or are they growing? As long as the numbers aren't going down,
You're
it's
good.
still- you're good.
Now, so everybody wanted Mystery Science Theater on their channel, which they changed it, by the way, to 3000 when they went national. Because they wanted the abbreviation of the show to spell out the word mistake. Which again was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke. Now, the problem is, the audience loved it, the networks loved it, studios, showrunners, and actors absolutely hated it. It was constantly under attack from people claiming that they were infringing on rights. And unfortunately, Mystery Science Theater became too hot to handle. It constantly was being juggled around to different networks. It was on Sci-Fi. It had reruns on channels like the Movie Channel, I believe. If you're that old and you remember the Movie Channel. I want to say USA or TNT had reruns. The new episodes were on Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi tried really hard to protect it and keep a hold of it.
Sci-fi even a thing anymore?
It is, but it's called something else now.
Ugh.
And it's crap.
Yeah, I know at one point like it stopped being sci-fi and it started being like reality and
Freaking professional wrestling.
Yeah,
And
like-
Asylum Pictures. Oh, God. Sorry, I just made myself gag again. Anyway, though.
It, channel I could watch my wrestling, man.
I love pro wrestling, but what the hell is it doing on a channel called Sci-Fi?
Oh,
Ex-
what was anime doing on sci-fi?
There's lots of sci-fi animes.
Yeah.
Most of them weren't sci-fi. Most of them were just horror.
That's a problem. I agree with you. But anyway, it bounced around to different handlers, left, right, and center. There were lots of stories about behind the scenes. Different members of the cast and crew left because they were unhappy with it. I want to point out that's never been confirmed as far as I know, but they did change out different people in the show. Joel himself, after I think 6 seasons, he left and went behind the camera back to being a writer, and Mike Nelson became the main host. Dr. Forrester, the main villain who was torturing the host inside the ship, he had multiple minions that would help him. He originally had his nephew Larry,
TV's Frank.
and was eventually replaced by TV's Frank, one of the greatest characters in the entire pantheon of Mystery Science Theater. Fun side about him, he also abruptly left, and a lot of people think he left because he was unhappy. No, he wasn't unhappy. He just wanted to pursue a career as being a director himself. And he actually did.
There's nothing wrong with that. A bunch of actors do that.
He actually was the director for the live-action Sabrina the Teenage Witch TV show, which I actually liked.
That's a good show. My favorite
He
character in that one
also,
was the cat.
Salem?
Salem.
Yeah. He also directed, I think, 2 episodes of Invader Zim.
Huh.
Yeah.
Again, a bunch of actors, like, they get into acting and whatnot. After a little bit, they move over to directing and go from
Yeah.
there.
That's kind of that's the progression, isn't it?
Or if you're
or they go the other direction. You direct and then you want to be an actor.
God damn, I can't remember his name. I feel so bad because I don't. What is his name?
Steven Seagal.
No.
That was a quick no.
Steven Spielberg.
No. He did a bunch of the cowboy movies back in the day.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
And he became an
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
And I feel so bad I don't remember that name because Clint Eastwood is one of my favorite directors and actors. And he does.
Shame.
Leave me alone. I got a lot going on right now.
Cool.
I agree. He's awesome. I'm just saying, shame on you for not remembering that name. Anyway, though,
I got a lot going through my head right now.
but Frank, he didn't dislike the production. He just wanted to do other things, and he actually eventually came back. If I'm not mistaken, him and the original actor who played Dr. Forrester, now they have a podcast where they review movies and stuff like that. Most of the Mystery Science Theater crew actually, they basically stayed together and they changed from producing this show into being a film restoration and preservation charity. Which, in my personal opinion, that's good work there, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But Netflix tried to run their own version of Mystery Science Theater, and I'm just going to say it outright. It was terrible. It was absolutely atrocious. It was an abomination. And
Let's be honest, Netflix misses more than Disney does.
Oh, God, yes. But what's interesting about Mystery
Burn!
Science...
I'm not wrong.
They deserve it. Anyway,
The
though,
only time they actually get something on the mark is when they actually listen to the creator or whatever they're trying to do.
they've done one good original, and that was One Piece. And I can't even personally attest to it because I haven't watched it. But everyone says it actually is good.
From what I heard, yeah.
But anyway, and that's only because the original creator of the manga basically threatened to sue their asses into oblivion.
No, he told them if they don't do it right, they don't get permission to.
Yeah.
From what he said, he's gonna be that he was part of the whole process, filming and everything.
Yep.
And if they went into a direction that he wasn't happy with, they didn't get to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, the Mystery Science crew actually recently resurfaced, and I think did you get a link in there?
Yes.
They have a YouTube channel now where they play back a bunch of the episodes of their show throughout the various incarnations, 24/7. Absolutely, go check it out. We got a link in there, didn't we?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Mystery Science Theater 3000.
The Foreverathon, really cool to put on. It's very nice background entertainment. You know what I mean? Just to kind of have on.
Yeah. But there are other YouTube channels that copied that same formula where.
Oh yeah.
They.
Making fun of and watching movies that are free, basically.
Practically, or they talk about there's one he does historic movies, movies that take place in different time periods, and he talks about like
how accurate they
are.
Yeah,
and goes into details of the movie and whatnot.
And see, here's the thing: is today we think that that's such an obvious thing. That's such a great idea. Just have a host, because the problem is there were lots of shows that had a host.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Vision, Elvira's Movie Macabre, USA Up All Night. There were tons of them, but they always had the same problem. You would either want to see the host, who would just be in between the commercials, or you wanted the movie, which would constantly be interrupted to see the hosts.
And if it was MacGyver, goddamn, I can't say her name.
Elvira.
Elvira. You didn't really want to see the movie. We all know this.
Oh no, she exclusively played crap. Except for like, she did play one cool movie. She played Night of the Living Dead, the original
I'm mostly
one.
talking about because she's hot. Most people just wanted to see her.
Yeah, but I'm saying between the movie and Elvira, you want to see Elvira pretty much always. But anyway, that was the big problem with the television host movie formula. You always end up kind of separating it.
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater, the host is there with you during the movie. So you have the best of both sides of the coin. It doesn't hurt that the crew behind Mystery Science Theater were some of the most creative geniuses I think I've ever seen involved in television, and that's just my personal opinion. One of the big reasons that the Netflix series was seen as being inferior is because it was all in front of a green screen. the original Mystery Science Theater was an actual set that they built. Now, it was made from junk and garbage that they basically hot glued onto the wall to look science-y. But the point is, these guys never for a second took a shortcut. They put every bit of effort they could. There were dozens of different puppets for each of the characters. Because sometimes they'd blow them up or they would have them break or things like that.
Hey, it might look ugly, but we're going to put our all into it.
Oh, hell yeah. And personally, I think deep down that's really what set Mystery Science Theater apart from everything else. Because again, it had everything going against it. Aside from the audience and the networks themselves, nobody wanted Mystery Science Theater to exist. Studios didn't want their movies being played. Actors didn't want their movies being played. Directors, showrunners, freaking CEOs. Everybody took a swing at this damn thing to try and kill it.
I can see why, because most of those movies that were in public domain, they were probably garbage. They didn't want the studios didn't want people knowing about the movies. Actors did not want to know people. Didn't want their fans to know that they played in this horrible movie.
Fun side note: they did play a couple Toho films, and supposedly, from what I understand, Toho had no problem with it. Toho thought it was a big joke. But then again, Toho is like one of the best studios on the planet. Go see Godzilla -1 if you haven't already, and if you have already, screw you. Go see it again.
Again, like in that type of like for Toho, for where they're at, they see that as comedy. Like they don't see nothing wrong.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
especially because most of the ones they showed were from the Showa era, which was
Yeah.
meant to be more for children anyway.
Yeah.
So of course it would be meant to be more funny. I don't imagine they'd be showing something like freaking Godzilla versus Destroya, but
even if they did, he would still be okay with it.
probably Toho actually has some pretty good people behind it. But anyway, I would argue, in its own way, yeah, Mystery Science Theater was a cursed production. Because again, there was a conspiracy afoot.
There you go.
There
You
were
said it
powerful people who did not want this show to exist and didn't want you to watch that show because it was hurting their pride. That's the sad part. It's like, these guys were not making money.
again.
They were not. It
The
was
studio should have seen that as freaking free advertisement for that,
right.
Because like if they made hey, they made this movie, let's go see what else they made.
Yeah, it
Actors
has.
should have been like, oh, they were in this. What else were they in?
Oh yeah, no. If you thought I was funny in Devil's Reef, oh boy, howdy, But yeah, I personally love Mystery Science Theater. Absolutely, you should watch them and check them out. But yeah, screw Victor Fleming.
Someone set his house on fire after they kicked his ass.
It's because of the dog, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
because of the dog.
In
That.
all honesty, it's because of the dog.
But yeah. But that was Curse Productions. It's funny. I mentioned that, and our cursed resident doll. I blame myself for that. I was gonna say she went the whole episode without being thrown.
If I'm
And
here, she getting tossed.
anyway, though, that was our show for the week. Hello, Rosie.
I would have smacked her. I hope you know that. He would have tossed her at me.
Anyway,
Bad.
yeah, bad.
Bad.
We're taking away your privileges for this
What
night.
privileges? I don't have any.
We're leaving you out here tonight. Anyway.
That means I get to escape. Freedom.
You're not American. You don't get freedom.
Freedom is meant for all men and women. And yes, I said men and women because there's only two genders.
There. Gotta slide that in there. Anyway, though. I am Kristoff N. Chester. Oh, God, I know. This is my mucho grande amigo, Asus, who totally was not kidnapped from a Home Depot. The bishop's over there in the corner. We had DJ Scraps from Kobold's Corner here tonight, who, by the way, has 2 new music videos.
Oh, yeah.
You want to get some links up there real quick?
I'm going to see if I can make any stickers where one of them is you saying, there's a conspiracy.
afoot.
And then me being like, help. With the hammer just being in the background.
Anyway, though.
Here
Yeah.
comes his newest video called Downpour.
Yeah, get us a link to Kobold Corner's new track, Downpour.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Go check it out.
It is a pretty good one, actually.
I agree. I like his work. That's why I have him work on our episodes. But anyway, yeah. I hope you guys have all had a good time. I thought it was fun. Yeah, some of these hot sauces were not that good.
There was only one of them that was good.
I think there were
I
two.
was more surprised that it was actually good.
I liked the Death Valley and the Outback. But anyway, we'll see you all next week. But until then, as always, keep checking the shadows. Bishop, get the hammer.
I gotta run.